Hello and welcome, I'm Stormo and this is Elder Scrolls Online, and I thought I'd do a quick video on the changes that are coming with the Tamriel Online edition, which is what this is. I think if I bring up... oh no, it doesn't do that. And yeah, this is just a low-level Nord character that I've been working on lately since I got this game. I'll stop flipping the camera around and making you all dizzy. Unfortunately the lighting's a bit funny at the moment, so we'll have to put up with that, and I'll just bring up the big changes. So the first change with the new Tamriel Unlimited edition is if you have an existing subscription you get this buff, which you can see increases experience, trait research and gold, and inspiration, which is basically experience for your crafting professions. So that's the first thing you get. The other thing you get is this thing here, the Crown Store, which I'll bring up, and it has within it both of these, which I've purchased because being a subscriber you actually get a certain number of crowns each month, and I had about 3,000 crowns, so I bought the Adventurer pack with some of those yesterday, so I didn't use any real money. The Adventurer pack basically adds the other stuff from the original Collector's Edition of the game, so the treasure maps that were part of the CE, as well as the Bantam Guar, and I'm not sure this was part of the original Collector's Edition, but it is now anyway. Basically, it lets you play any race in any alliance if you have that unlocked. And of course, I already had the Digital Imperial Edition, which is different to the Collector's Edition. That gives you the original Imperial horse, the Imperial race, and yeah, Pledge of Mara and the Mud Crab. You can buy repair kits and soul gems. Basically, if you're not super familiar with the game, repair kits let you repair your gear, obviously. Soul gems let you do things like charge your weapons. If you're familiar with Elder Scrolls games, they've always been used to do that, and they also in this game let you revive other players or yourself when you die. So that's those. And then you have costumes. These are purchasable in packs. I'm still debating whether I should buy one of these costume packs or not. I haven't decided yet, but I might. And the first one of these is the Armoured Knights pack, and you can preview everything, so if you want to see what your character will look like dressed in any particular thing, Lion Guard, Elite, and what's this one, Knight of the Flame, yeah. One of my favourites is probably the Stealthy Rogues pack, which gives you this, which if you've played Elder Scrolls Online you'll know the character Nehru, who you meet in the Deshan region if you're leveling a Ebonheart Pact character. And Nehru has this really cool armour, and this is basically the armour she wears in that part of the game. There's also Crafty Larissa's Thief outfit. I'm not sure, I think Larissa is a Daggerfall Covenant character. I haven't actually met her yet because I haven't leveled the Daggerfall character that high, but I could be wrong about that too. But that's her outfit, and then there's a Covenant Scout, which is for the actually that'll be the Daggerfall Covenant one. The other one must be for Almeri Dominion, which I haven't played to the point where I've met that character yet. So, but yeah, this is for the Daggerfall Covenant, and this is what their scouts look like. You also have Tribal Shamans. Again, one themed around each faction. That's true with all of them. There's 3 costumes in each pack, and they're themed around each faction. So Valenwood, which will be for the faction that has Valenwood in it, that I've completely forgotten the name of. Almeri Dominion. Black Marsh Keeper, which is of course the Ebonheart Pact faction, and the Tree Minders, which you meet in the Daggerfall Covenant area. And then, of course, again, you have Almeri Dominion Scouts. This one's actually all Almeri, as far as I know. So you have the Jack Spur, which are Bosma Scouts. And then you have the Wood Elf Vanguards, who are, again, Bosma. Of course, Wood Elves being Bosma. And that one's the only one that's not faction-based, obviously. You have a Blacksmith costume, Chef's outfit, if that's your thing. A Draugr polymorph. This looks really cool. It basically makes you look like one of the Draugrs. If you've played Skyrim, you'll be very familiar with Draugr characters, and they do show up in this game in certain parts of the world, not so much in the area I'm in at the moment, which you can probably tell by the ash is actually Morrowind, if you're familiar with that game. A Royal Court Jester, which is just kind of hilarious. And a wedding dress, which I guess works in nicely with the game's in-game sort of marriage system. I'm assuming that male characters get sort of a male wedding outfit as well, but I don't know because I don't actually have any male characters. You also get the option of a bunch of different mounts. Nightmare Courser, which is really cool. You can ride Gua, which is great, and I'm really seriously tempted to like get one of these eventually. This is the banded Gua Courser. There's also a tessellated Gua, which looks like that. They look fantastic. Gua are great. As you can tell, there's basically these two-legged creatures that wander around the Ashlands area, which is the area I'm in, Stonefalls, and they look really cool. And there's of course a bunch of other horses, Dapple Grey Palfrey, which looks like that, a Yokoden Charger, which looks like that, just variants on the same horse model, and I'd be more excited about them if it wasn't for the fact that horse animations in this game are weirdly bugged. I like this one though, the White Mane Horse, which looks pretty cool. I always think the Nightmare Course looks a bit like the Felsteed from World of Warcraft. The Warlock horse you can get. And there's a bunch of little pets, including an adorable little house cat. Really cool looking panther actually. Dog, Alikir Dune Hound. There's another dog too. I already have the Bantam Gua because that came with the Adventurers pack. A Pony Gua, which is a slightly bigger version of a Gua compared to a Bantam Gua. And obviously smaller than the regular Guas, and a Windhelm Wolfhound, which if you played Skyrim again, you'll be pretty familiar with those dogs. So that's what you can buy in the Crown store, and there's not much else that Tamriel Unlimited adds other than the buff that I've already mentioned. And the outfits, by the way, go, and I'll just bring it up just so you can see. You have an appearance slot in your inventory, and you equip that, and it basically is where you equip costumes and stuff like that in the game. So if you have a costume, you would equip it there, and it would override what you're wearing, which is my current like Lobi armor, which looks okay. Like this game actually has pretty cool looking armor, but that's where it would appear if I was doing that. The other thing that's changed is that you now have this collections feature. This was added in the massive patch that came out last week, the 25GB patch, and it's really nice. And you can see you got your upgrade tab here, which shows the upgrades you have. You can't really select those. Any costumes you've unlocked. Most of the ones that I've got available here are unlockable in the game. You don't need to pay for these costumes. You'll get them for completing certain achievements like Veteran Rank 6, Veteran Rank 10, and various quests. And these are where you get your pets, so if you want to get your pet out, you just bring the collections up and do this. This was added last week. You have the Loyal Dwarven Sphere and the High Hrothgar Wraith, which are rewards for playing the game for a long time. So I played it for long enough to get both of those. And this is of course where you have your mount, which I already have Imperial Horse, which I named. And you can name your horses in this game. So yeah, and they have default names like, yeah, Sorrel Horse is named Sweet Roll. Again, these are the horses that are purchasable from Stable Masters, as you can tell, and the default names. Didn't realise that there was a horse called Starlight. Well, there you go. I might have to change my horse's name. So yeah, that was all I just wanted to make this video about, was just to show what was available in Tamriel Unlimited, what you get for paying the subscription, or continuing to pay the subscription, I suppose, which is basically just an XP boost. In case you're wondering where we are not far from the city of, I've forgotten the name, Ebonheart, which is of course the name the Ebonheart pack gives. And if you're a Morrowind player, this area should look a little bit familiar, because of course it is part of the Morrowind area, though not part that was ever actually in that game as far as I know. But yeah, that's Ebonheart over there. And just to finish the video up, I'll show you something really cool actually. I'll just ride up and around, and we'll ride into Ebonheart and around, because this game, I can't not love the graphics. Like, the one downside it has, you can sort of tell, is that the draw distance is fairly short, which I suppose is sort of a trademark of the Elder Scrolls in itself. I always remember Morrowind and Oblivion both having fairly short draw distances until you modded them to get rid of that. And unfortunately the downside of that was you couldn't mod the draw distance on this game, because unfortunately, being an online game, the ability to mod that kind of stuff is not available. So I'll just ride around here and I'll show you something really cool, because I really love this view that you get as you come around here. So in this area there's this massive volcano called Ash Mountain, which is, you can probably hear the rumbling in the background, that's what it's from. And that's Ash Mountain there. And I really love that, like the way the lava's pouring out into the water. I mean, obviously in real life that would be much more dangerous to the town than it actually is here, but it looks really cool. And there's actually fishing holes in the water near there too. You can see those. They're not steam, by the way. Some of those are fishing holes. But that's really cool. I'll just get off my horse so you can see it better. And yeah, sometimes I just ride around this game to admire the view. And I'll leave it there. Anyway, that's this video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.